In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about this book that Amazon suggested to me. It's called The One Thing, and then I'll talk to you how that's related to this book that's called Careers by the People. There are two different books, amazingly same color, same type of design. Two different books by three different people, and they amazingly go together. Like, for me, it was amazing. You'll learn about the domino effect, and I'll be talking how it works in life, and I'll share with you my thoughts as well. And I hope you enjoy it. So I was scrolling through Amazon buying some books, and after my purchase, Amazon suggested this book. And I didn't know if I want to read it, I never came across it, but it had very good reviews, so I decided to actually get it. My husband got it for me, and it's called The Number One Thing. What can we learn from this book? I was like very excited. I intentionally didn't look through internet or through comments or anything to see what the book about. I just wanted to give it a chance to speak to me personally. And as I got it, here is the contents, and then the contents, the number one is the lies, number two the truth, and number three the extraordinary results. So as you see, it's like pretty interesting to know what's the book about. So I didn't read through other chapters. I didn't want to skip ahead and think what it is. I just decided to take this book as it is, and the first things I read were pretty, like, some words from the author and all that. And I like this sentence that says extraordinary results are directly determined by how narrow you can make your focus. And that talked to me so much, because I, as a mom, as a working person, I'm trying to have so many things done, especially when I have a day off, and like I have a whole list I make that it has to be done, and prioritize it. And sometimes it seems like we did a lot, but nothing meaningful. Like, we did all the things that at least I did all the things that seemed important to me and my family, but then at the end of the day, it seems like the day passed and I didn't do too much. And this is very interesting. For me, this sentence says that to have an extraordinary result, it can be every single day. It doesn't have to be in the long run only. It doesn't have to be necessarily your career or your school or anything else. It can be extraordinary things every single day, like a small one every day. And for me, it's very important to have time to read and reflect. So I decided that my extraordinary thing today, that I'll focus one thing in the morning, is going to be reading, because what it does to me when I do everything else in the house, I actually get to think about what I read, how I can imply that, and then that gives me ideas on what to do or what not to do or how to improve it. And of course, I have my notes next to me, so I can write down all the questions I might have while I'm cleaning or doing something else, and then I can look through my notes, whatever I wrote in there, and on all my sticky notes, and then I can go from there and do a research whenever I decide I have time, and improve the meaning of the sentence I read, or of the book, of the passage. And I want to share with you also the domino effect. I really love this part of the book, and notice it's just the first couple of pages, and I really love this part of the book. It actually was a very quick read, but it was full of things that I never knew. I don't play dominoes, so I never got the chance to reflect on how dominoes works. And the book says that each standing domino is a small amount of potential energy, and that a single domino can actually bring down another domino 50% larger than itself. So this picture here shows how a small domino can get down a larger, and then larger, and then larger and larger. So this book implies that you might think that you're doing a very, very small step, but your very small step, has a 50% knock down a larger step that you are working towards, or It has a 50%, it can take down a 50% of your problem that you might work on, or maybe 50% of your project, in the sense that every single step, small step, will help you to build until you get to your goal. And or if you failed at something and you feel like it slammed down everything, you can take just a very small thing to work on that works towards your failure and build from there. So every single thing, every single small thing you work on, it builds a 50% more chance to manage or to progress at something else. So it's like, it's amazing. It's amazing how I really love this diagram. I'm planning to actually make it for myself, because it says the first domino is just 2-inch tall, and then if you take them every domino can knock down the 50%. When you get to the number 18, it could bump all this until the mountain, and then even the moon. So what it means is that we're not going to do actually that live, but every single domino or every single step we're taking can bring down anything. Like either can raise us from the failure, or can bring closer to us our goal or our whatever we want to achieve. It was like, it's a really interesting reading. I'm actually glad I took this book. Like for me, it was like just a suggestion, and sometimes I do I'm guilty of purchasing suggestions, and especially if it's a book that has good reviews. And I really like this is where I stopped at page 16, and it says getting extraordinary results. And you can see that it's a very interesting, thought-provoking part. And I didn't have my notes with me, so I had to use the book here itself. But I'll share with you a couple of the sentences I really liked. It says, getting extraordinary results is all about creating a domino effect in your life. So every day they line up their priorities. They're talking about highly successful people. Every day they line up their priorities anew. Find the lead domino and walk away until it falls. So when you prioritize, like, this is so magnificent, like I love it. So you wake up every day, you put your dominoes, and I personally, I would have colorful dominoes so I can have maybe priorities on what I have to do as in chores, and then priorities on what I have to do at work, and then priorities on what I have to do for myself, and then what I have to do for my family. And when you look at the most important priority you have for that day, you think of the ways how to knock it down. So there is another book, I haven't read it, I just heard about it, and it says Eat the Frog. I think that's the name. So in the morning, do the most number one priority, the one that it's like keeping you so tight that you cannot basically do everything normal. So when you do that first thing in the morning, then everything feels so easy, and you'll find yourself have more time to do other things. And then I like how the book says that extraordinary success is sequential, not simultaneous. So what it means that when we look at people who are successful, and for example, they have a very good career, it's not like they woke up in the morning and they just got it. No, it was like step by step. They were doing stuff step by step. I have another interesting book I just got. It's called Careers by the People. And I don't know what to say about this book, but what I like about this book is that it tells you about different people and their roles and what they're doing, and what are the if they need a mentor, if they need that, what they needed to succeed in that role. And it's very interesting that all of them list step by steps in there how they got to their role, and steps by steps what they're doing to maintain it. So yes, extraordinary success in day by day or in career or anything, it's not just it's gonna happen right now. It's an everyday step by step success. And then what I like about here is the last of the sentences I read. It says, the key is over time. Success is built sequentially. It's one thing at a time. And really it's like so powerful, like one page, but it's so powerful. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really impressed with Amazon's suggestion. This book was awesome and it goes so good with these books. I'm like excited to read, to finish them and maybe summarize them. And if I do, I'll have to post it on YouTube maybe. I hope it really interested you, and it's amazing. It's such amazing books. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.